strangest thing is happening here. A very pleasant good evening to you all. Uh, the access to my site has been blocked, so I don't know what's going on. Definitely don't know what's going on. So this is the second time it's happened. It's happened Monday night. It happened last night. Last night I didn't get to go on the call. Tonight I have to use a different medium to get on. So I got to check this out again. So good night to you all. This is Dr. Matthews-Bey. Strangest things are happening indeed. Islam to you, my Moorish brothers and sisters. Those who are now joining, a very, very, very pleasant good evening and good night to you. Thank you much for those who are now joining. I don't have much to say because I don't have too much time to say, but I'm going to be direct. Not discreet, but direct. So, a pleasant good evening. Yes, I know. Those who are seeing me and hearing me, it's just indicating to me yes. So, I had a little hiccup tonight. So was last night. Last night didn't get to come on. So tonight, I'm trying my best to see how I could start to come on. So I think I know what's the problem. But good night. Good evening to you all. Share the live stream as you now coming. Share the live, share the live, share the live. I'm not going to be a much long on, but I'm going to be direct with my conversation tonight. So share the live. As you now come in, you share the live. Oh my gosh. What a catastrophe. What a catastrophe. Share the live as you now join. Share the live. Share the live as you now join. Share the live. So let me start by saying Islam to you, my brothers and sisters, those who are most Aboriginal, indigenous people. Good night to the citizens of the corporate of Guyana. Good night to you all. So I want to be short, but I want to be on point. After the airing of the nonsense that took place on Sunday, the politicians of the corporate Republic of Guyana seems to went into an overdrive mode to maybe cover up a lot of stuff that took place in the Showtime Institute, the Fox News. Let me be frank. As long as you remain quiet, you will remain slave. And I'm talking to guys. As long as you remain quiet, as long as you be still and quiet, do not revolt, you will remain slave. Let me be straight with you tonight. I can't stop it. It's bubbling in my soul and it can't keep me quiet. The politicians are doing you what they want to do because they know you would not stand up, guys. It's all now up to you. That's as straight as I can be. It's all now up to you. I can't be straighter than this. The APNU, AFC, and the PPP, they have a very good idea of what is going on. You see this press statement that they put out, they're calling for civility and they're calling for civil bodies to remain and to remain calm and, uh, and adjust themselves to the law. But here was the problem. If the law is not working for you to give you justification, how can you obey the law? Take a very good example of what I'm saying here. If the law is not working for you, how can you obey the law? Mr. Javier is not obeying the law, but he's making sure that you remain his slave, which is against the law. And he's doing you whatever he wants you to do because he has no respect for the law. Let's be straight as it is. Don't let's beat around the bush. And I'm going to start at the PNC, People's National Congress reform. Mr. Norton may be a political leader of a party that is in the opposition, but by now everybody knows that he's not having the support. He's not having the financial support of the party. There are people who are strong financiers of the People's National Congress reform. Hold a minute. Yes, I'm back. They know very well that he's not being supported financially because those who finances the People's National Congress reform isn't fully behind him. The PPP knows this. That is why Mr. Jackio is running around the place smiling. Then, on the other hand, that gives him now the right to take advantage because he knows by resources, financial resources, you could survive in this political system. And without it, you cannot survive. So they know that. They know that Mr. Norton does not have the full backing financially of the People's National Congress and the main stakeholders of that party. They know it. That's why they're behaving like that. That's one. And number two, he knows that no matter what you do, you jump high or you jump low, there are political figures in this country that are very much afraid of that. Well, I'm not afraid of him, and I'm not political. I don't accept money for the lives of Ghanaians. But I'm going to tell you this. As long as we remain quiet as we are, we will remain domiciled as we are. We wouldn't make sense by the end of the day. It makes no sense you plead and you plead and you plead to the international community. You call it the ABC country. And the citizens of Guyana does not stand up. It makes no sense. They will not come to your rescue. They will not come to your rescue. And nobody will investigate Jackie. Think about it. The PNC is asking that allow due process to take its time. How would you get an independent investigation when the executive controls the investigative arm of the state, which is the police? We all know that by constitution. The commissioner of police and the deputy commissioner of police is being employed by the president. Whether you like it, you shake it upside it down, you store it and try to take it into a cocoa price. That is the fact. Everything that the president does, he has the authority to do so. The only authority he does not have is if the people demand that he must go. That's the only authority he doesn't have. So if the people are being suppressed, if they're being suppressed, I am very much sorry for them because nothing can be done. So, Guyanese, please don't complain. I've been telling you this now over and over and over again. The bottom line is no political party can do anything about justice. It doesn't matter. We can have 10 external news agencies coming to Guyana to investigate the vice president and the president and all of it. It still can't happen. Nothing. When they don't investigate, who will get locked up? When the Constitution specifically prohibits them from being prosecuted, they cannot be prosecuted for crimes they committed in office or out of office. That's what the Constitution says. The only people can override such a constitution is the people. If the people doesn't want for Javio to be prosecuted and to be investigated, well, it's got to be the way it is right now. You continue down your line of slavery, and there is your slave master, Mr. Javio, holding you with a bridle in your mouth and a whip over your back. Got to be straight. They ain't got no political party. They ain't got no political party that can stop that individual. You really want to hear the truth? That's the truth. The only people can, the only way that the People's Progressive Terrorist Party can be stopped, it is by the people, which is the Constitution. When the people speak, the Constitution overrides every executive power there is. When the people speak, the Constitution overrides every executive power there is. And I'm straight as possible. If we cannot get the message now, we will never get it. Another 5 year will come and it will be the same old, same old. You know, the amazing thing is that they cannot be elected never again. The PPP, as long Jack Deal's there, the PPP will never win an election. They will never have a voting constituency. They will always be installed because see what they're doing? They're heeding to the billings of the international community. So they will always be installed. They will always be installed. It's nothing but a third term. The mere fact is that he's a dictator. You see who the dictator is? Not even Ali's, not even the president. It's just a rubber stamp. He can't say anything. He's domiciled, silent. Sorry, people, to some who may be vexed with me when I'm saying this, but the only way the Constitution speaks is by the people. I don't know which politician doesn't want you to speak as a people, but the only way the Constitution of the Corporate Republic of Guyana speaks is by the people. It is the people who override the executive. It's not me says so. It is the Constitution that says so. That is why they have a specific section of the Constitution that says this is the representation of the people's act. It gives the people independence over the executive. I don't know how much you can enjoy or comprehend this very short message, but take this into consideration. If you do not, I repeat, if you do not stand up for what is right, if you do not stand up for your own rights and the justice that you deserve via way this lawlessness and this dictatorship, you will remain like this all the time. I am not living out of Guyana. I want everybody knows that I'm in Guyana. But you could imagine I live in Houston talking these things. You can imagine what else evidence you need. The International Criminal Court now tells you that Jackie is wanted by them. International Criminal Court. And I don't have a diplomatic way to put it. The International Criminal Court. What else do you need to hear? And he is the vice president of the Corporate Republic of Guyana, taking things into control. Full dictatorship. I want to thank you for this short message that I have delivered to you. I hope that it has entered your minds and your homes very eloquently. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, now is the right time to stand up, take your position as an Aboriginal indigenous person. Stay safe, be careful, sanitize yourself and wear a mask. So this is Dr. Matthews-Bey. Good night and cheerio.